Just your head up a little. Okay, so in the second part of today's session, we are going to draw a complete portrait from beginning till end. I've already shared the image that we are going to be drawing. So who can guess who it is? Let's see who guesses it.
You send them the whole picture.
Send them the whole picture.
No mystery only. You should have kept a surprise there, hidden the eyes or something. Yes.
I'm not that good at drama and theatre, kids. So yes, who is it? Yes, it's Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Right? It's our very own Dwayne The Rock Johnson. So, of course, I mean, there are going to be very few people who don't know who Dwayne Johnson is. If you don't know, look him up. He's a huge inspiration. He came as a wrestler, a WWE wrestler, and then later ventured on into movies and went into philanthropy, and is now one of the most marketable stars.
He had asked me that tell me some bald person who we can draw in the class because we haven't done hair yet. So first was, of course, I thought of Mahatma Gandhi. Then we realized Mahatma Gandhi is in specs. So we can't make him, eyes will not be clear. Then he was talking about, what did you talk about? Anupam Kher.
I thought
Anupam Kher. I was like, let's draw Voldemort. And then we realized Voldemort does not have a nose. So finally we found one person. We searched for bald celebrities who we could draw.
And then and Dwayne Johnson popped up my way. Like, so let's draw Dwayne Johnson.
Can you think of any bald famous people we could draw? Tell us. We will next time draw that.
Should I tell them whom you said first?
Voldemort.
No. Before that, the first bald person.
Mahatma Gandhi.
For that. We don't remember. Only they see.
Oh, I said Gajini. I said let's draw Gajini.
Johnny, yes.
Oh, yes. They will not understand.
They will not understand. Anyways, never mind. Let's start, okay? So see, the first thing that you need to understand before drawing out a portrait is there are certain basic anatomies and certain basic anatomy and proportions that you have to be clear with. All of you turn on your cameras because we're going to do this exercise together. I want to see you're all following up. So everyone who's been turning off the cameras now it's time you turn the camera on. So the first thing is that you need to think of your whole. If you're thinking of the whole shape of the head, the most ideal shape for your head is an egg shape. And Dwayne Johnson is a perfect example. This actually looks like an egg. So, so the egg shape is the most basic. This is how a face is. Within this is where you're going to draw each one of these features. Okay. The first basic thing to understand is that there are two main axes that runs along the face in the center. One is a vertical axis that runs along the face, and this runs in between. I want you to do these actions with me as I'm saying. The first axis runs along the face and it slices in between the eyes, goes through the nose and the center of the lips. This is the line that divides the face horizontally. The vertical line dividing face horizontally into two parts is the first. Second line is the line that runs through the eyes. This line is at the center of the face. Your eyes in position of your face is at the center of your face. So, like if you're finding this a little difficult to grasp, let's actually measure. Why just believe what I'm saying? Why not test it out? Okay. So here, I want you to take a scale, okay, and just see where your chin is ending. This is the one half of your eye, center of your eye, and where the chin is ending. So the same position is where you're going to set the eyes, and then see the temple of the head is going to touch there. You see that you can actually test out how your eyes is actually at the center of your face. When we draw, it doesn't always seem that way. We think the eyes is positioned slightly above because we don't consider the part with our hair, with the temple of our forehead, all of that as our part of our face itself. We think our face starts from here But our face, of course, it starts from here, from this point. From this point, your eyes is at the center. Then there is then the next lines that covers is your nose line, is your lip line. Okay. There are certain, just as you find out that the eyes are at the center of the face, the nose, the lips, everything also has its central space. Everything has its central space. We are going to find that out right now. So I have the portrait of Dwayne Johnson. Now at this stage, you're not going to draw anything. You're simply going to listen. You're simply going to listen to me. And you're going to let's start from here. Okay. The first and the most important line is the line that cuts through the center of the face. This starts in the temple of the forehead and runs in between your eyes, through your nose, and divides the lips into two halves. The second line is the line that cuts through your eyes. This line need not be straight, but it can be slightly curved towards the sides. Why? Because your face is essentially a curved object. It's not flat. So any line that you're drawing here, it can reflect the curvature of the face. This when you see, also, this when you see, divides the face. This line divides the face vertically at the center. Then the next important line is the nose line. It's very interesting to note that the nose line comes exactly, the nose line means the line at the base of the nose. Okay, we had earlier learned about the nose as a triangle. The base of the triangle, of the base of the ball, this line is exactly midway between your eye line and the lines of your chin. You can verify that from your face itself. Just hold a pencil in between your eyes and your base of your nose and position it again from the base of your nose to here. You will see how what we are learning is valid. Okay. The next thing here is your lips. So for the lips, there is basically the upper lips and the lower lip. The line of lips, just as we learned about the line of the nose, is at the line base of the lips, as in the base of the lower lips. We are not talking for the eyes while it was the center of the eyes. The eye line is at the center of the eyes. The nose line is at the base of the nose. The lip line or the mouth line is at the base of the mouth, not at the center of the lips, but at the base, at the lower part of the lower lip. So this is your lip line. And this line also you can see comes midway between your nose and between your chin. Again, how do we verify? I want you to use a pencil, a scale or anything that you want and measure it and see. If you are, just take a pencil, see at the base of the thing, and this is your base of the lips. So this is your lip line. Again, so this is your length from the base of the lips till your chin. Again, place it here and you will see, it's exactly touching the base of the nose. Right? That same part, if I take again, I'm able to take it till the center of my eyes. So these are universal proportions. Now you might wonder, my God, if so much is same, where are the differences? The differences are very, very minute. Very minute, very minute. Some people's lips are little more broader here. Some people's eyes are a little squinted. Some people's nose are a little pointy. Some people's face is a little wider. Very, 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 very small differences. As a race, human being, we are all the same. So here, we're going to go down now here. Let's go a little more deeper. So this here, so far these are the lines. These are the basic lines that are there. Then there is a line here. that's connecting the sides of the face. If you look at the overall shape of the head, I don't want you to sketch. We'll again draw this. You just have to pay attention and understand the approach. You're only going to study the approach. Note how this is forming an egg shape here. See that? See how this is fitting perfectly well within an egg shape here. At the sides, you have the lips. You can see that the lips starts at the level of the eyebrows. The lips ends at the level of the nose. I mean, the ears starts at the level of the eyebrows and ends at the level of the nose. This is your ears. See? Again, this is also another universal proportion. You can test that for yourself, where your ears are starting at the level of the eyebrows, and just take a scale from your bottom of your ears and just see it will exactly, you'll be surprised to see that how well it is actually going. Okay. So now here, so far, so good. We've learned this. What do we do next? Once we have these lines, once we have the shape with the basic lines, you are going to apply the lessons that we learned about the eyes. So you're going to draw the circular shape for the eyes. The gap for the eyes is, the gap between both the eyes is the width of one eye. Mine ears are slightly smaller. Small differences might come, but more or less it's going to be nearly equal the same. The gap between both the eyes is equivalent to that of one eye. The total width of the face, when you see, it will be equivalent to 5 eyes. The total width of the face is going to be equivalent to 5 eyes. Right now, this looks like an alien, but these are just universal proportions. Okay, this one is going to be that of 5 eyes. And then, of course, we have learned about how to draw the nose. We just learned about how to draw the lips. And then we add the remaining features. And that is it, guys. Your portrait is done. Okay. This is it. All the big hype, the portrait drawing, oh, that is so tough, I can't do. This is all that you need to do. So let's do it now. Now that you have the basics ready, you're going to draw everything from starting till end together. Are you ready? Yes. Not seeing enough answers here. Are you all ready? Yes, we're going to do this. Okay. Super. Just add a small image of the rock on this side. Right. We're starting now. I'm starting out now here. Okay, I think I can place it here. It's a good position to place it. Starting off with the central line. This is the height. A5 sheet or A4? Good question. Whatever works for you. See, A4, A5, whatever works for you. I mean, there are no hard and fast rules here that you have to draw. You have to draw only in this size only, then it will work. What sheet size works for you is what you should always go ahead with. Here I am drawing in size of half of an A4, that is A5, because it's just convenient for me to fit that within the screen. If
No,
you know if
actually,
A5 is not working for you, go for A4.
I was asking if this is our first time for drawing a proper face.
Portrait.
Will
You
it-
can
yeah.
actually draw in A4. I'll tell you one thing is that if you have the option of A4, consider drawing in A4, because bigger drawing in when you're first starting out, bigger drawing is just easier. It's just easier to draw big. Like it might be difficult for you to get the features small when it's too small. See, I mean, I might be wrong. For some people, it might not work, but bigger, it's just easier to just draw the features bigger. Okay. So here I'm going to start off with the center line. Note that this line genuinely has to be at the center, and you're going to draw the top. You're going to draw the top as well as the bottom. Okay, this is the size. This is the size. This is the frame. So I just draw the frame and the size here. Then from this, I need to decide how big my drawing is going to be. So this is going to be the top of my drawing. Where am I going to place the bottom of my drawing? See, this could be my frame. I mean, my overall frame could be very big. My overall frame could be very big. From top till bottom, my overall frame could be very big. But amongst that, I'm not going to use the entire frame for the face. I need to leave a little bit of gap for the neck, a little bit of that. So you're going to leave the amount of gap that you need for the neck and for the other features, and you're going to draw. You're going to decide the length of the face. Okay, this is the actual length of where the face is going to be. And then you can, since the entire face is an oval shape, and oval traditionally is not a very basic geometric shape, you can start off by drawing a circle. Okay, start off with a circle or the same entire face that you have that you have drawn. Draw a circle that does not extend, that is somewhere, like ending at 3/4 of the length of this entire line. This entire line you've drawn is the length of the face. Top, this is the temple to the chin. I want you to draw a circle in between this, whose diameter, okay, the entire diameter is nearly 3/4 of this. You see that? The entire diameter is nearly 3/4 of this here. Okay. So this should not go all the way till down. 3/4 is good enough. The width of this, please note, the width of this has to be wide enough so that the entire head can fit in. So this line that you're drawing here, it's nearly where the nose is going to be. So, the circle needs to be a full circle, a full nice and wide circle it has to be. Okay. Then from here, what you're going to do is you're going to find the center of this circle, and from here, and it's going to connect from the center of the circle. You're going to draw a diameter from here, and this is the chin. In between this, you're just going to connect with a shape like this. See, this becomes your basic oval shape for the head. Becomes your basic oval shape where you're going to draw the head. Okay.
Yeah, I found this.
Right. And then here,
Most people I know use grid method to draw.
both sides. Here we are using a different method. We are adopting the guidelines. So now that we have this, it's time we define the features. We define the face a little more. See, a lot of people draw the features and then draw the face, but I think that it's for the face you're drawing an eye. You have an eye that suits the face and not the other way around. So you're going to now adjust the face here. So you're just going to, you can adjust this bit here, this part that comes here. You can, the chin, the jawline the chin can be more prominent. You can draw that. See, just draw the chin. This jawline can be more prominent. Same from here. In order to make this symmetrical, you're going to draw a line and you're going to draw this chin line and you're going to define this here. For you to get more precision, you can make the chin a little flat. The chin should not be sharp. So make sure you get the chin a little flat and you're adjusting the rest of the features so that you can get this. So the chin is flat. Drawing this here. If you're not getting it symmetric, so at this stage, the challenge you're going to face is probably one side the chin is slightly bigger, one side the chin is slightly smaller. You can draw a connecting line between both so that they come right. You can add the neck over this. He has a very broad neck, right? He even has, Dwayne Johnson is so jacked, he has muscles on his neck also. Yes, he has. So you're going to draw a very broad neck. You're going to draw the neck that starts from the side. You can see that the neck starts from the side of the, and I hope these two pictures are not disturbing you. I'm adding this image so that you can actually have the reference. If you want, I can just take this off the paper and it will not be so distracting. Might not be distracting. I hope it's not. You just need to focus on this one here and the sketch that we're making. You can see that there is a line that goes from the sides like this. So this is actually neck workout. I don't do neck workouts and all, but there are people who do workout for the neck so that you can get
Probably
a very broad.
Saneep does it. Is Saneep today here?
I don't know. He's not here today. See, so you're going to draw nice broad. Neck you're going to draw. So it gives up a very intimidating print. See, we can already see a muscular man that's being formed here. Just with this, so one of the defining factors of a person who's very muscular, very strong, high on testosterone is this jawline. Okay, is it jawline with the chin, especially here? It's very prominent. It's very thick. You can see that it's very prominent here. You want to make it prominent. It's not visible for me because of the beard. But I actually have quite a strong thing there. And here, especially for people who are very lean, you see it. So, you know, this is one of the factors that you can see. Another thing that you're seeing that you can define it much more clearly is to give a very thick neck. See, it's a very thick neck that you're seeing that is actually coming from the sides of the center. A common mistake that we make is like for most people, you'll draw the neck from here, right? For most people, this is enough. Like if you were to draw a normal human being, neck will come from here. For this, you're going to make it wider. It's these individual differences that makes drawing portraits fun and beautiful. All right. So now you're going to these, you have this set, right? Now after this, you can write, and then after that, you can, if you want, you can just refine this a little more. Make, like I told you, the chin, the jawline, you can just adjust this. You can bring this here, you can adjust the shape here. The temple of the head, you can make it much more sharp and focused. You can adjust on the symmetry here. Take as much as time that you need to ensure that the face is symmetric and it is matching with the overall picture. With once you have the outline, a strong a solid outline, immediately your confidence improves. After this, what you can do is you can just make this line a little more prominent. And okay, tell me once you're done. Comment in done once you've drawn this so far, and then we can move to the next one. I'll do one thing.
Will you be doing ears also?
Yeah, it's easy. I mean, here you can show the ears very easily.
Screen is not there.
I think it's distracting.
No, it's not.
Like this, I think this is better now. I think this is better. See, more focus.
By the way, guys, tomorrow 6 a.m. you have a class with me, okay? Don't forget that business portrait that from tomorrow the Zen Gym starts again. At 6 a.m. morning, you have a class with me. Who all will be there for the 6 a.m. class tomorrow?
The intense Zen Gym.
I have a very new mode meditation for you all to come. It's going to be really powerful. Every week, there's a gap between each week because I'm always learning, trying to get what is there to do. I have a lot of new topics to teach this time.
I won't be able to join tomorrow. My daughter's board exams. Tomorrow is her first exam, so I have to be dropping her and all.
Oh, it's basically the mommy's exam, right? It's not the doctor's
yeah.
exam. The exams is like the mommy's exam.
Yeah, she's in her 10th, so she's writing her board tomorrow. First exam.
No worries. All the best to her also.
All the best.
Thank you.
So now after this, we are going to draw the most prominent lines of the face. First thing, now we can just let go. This line we constructed. Every time you're drawing a line, remember why you drew them. Why are we drawing them? We drew this line so that we get a point from where to start the remaining of the face. So now I want you to find the center of this. The center of the face you're going to find, and that center half that you're going to draw. Of course, the center is not going to be the first line. The center of the entire face from the temple till the chin, you're going to find that out. And you're going to mark that center line. This is your eye line. Okay. You can just make it more, you can make it more prominent. And you can draw it here. See, make it more prominent, and you can We can draw it here. So whether should you curve this upwards, should you curve this downwards, it depends upon which angle the face is looking. So here you can just draw this, and mostly it's okay even if you draw a fully straight line, slight curve is enough. Don't focus too much on the curvature. The important thing is you're drawing a line that is horizontal and that is at the center of the face. Next thing is you're going to draw a line at the center between here and here. Most often, if you got this right so far, this is going to be the place where the circle ends. Where the circle ends and where the, where the circle, the edge of the circle, that is where the nose line is going to be. Even if that is not the case, if this is not the center between the eye line and the chin, don't worry, you can just mark the center line. The important thing is remember the proportions we had learned. The eyes come at the center of the face. The nose comes at the center of the eyes and the chin. The lower line of the lips comes at the center between the nose and the chin, right? So now we're drawing the eye line, and I'm now drawing in between this. You're again going to mark the next line till the lower line of the lips. So these are again very important. Right now we have a drawing that looks like Hollow Man. Have you seen the film Hollow Man? Anyone? You've seen?
Yeah, where that man becomes transparent and invisible.
Yes,
And then
yes.
he becomes evil.
Yes, yes, and he goes mad. It's very easy to catch if you have water in your hand, it's very easy to catch a invisible person. Because the
Lips
moisture
will
cannot
be
be
the
hidden.
center of nose and chin. Na?
Yes. Eyes at the center of the face, nose at the base of the nose at the center of the eyes and chin, the base of the lips, okay? Not the center of the lips, base of the lips is at the center of the nose line and the chin. All right, so these are your basic guidelines. Done? Take your time and correct them. Take your time and make sure you get them. You're getting these at the exact spots. Then the next step that you're going to do is you're going to now mark out the features of the face. So the main basic features of the eyes, the nose, and the lips. We'll start with the eyes. What you're going to do is you're going to divide this part, as in you have space for the eyes, you have gap in between the eyes and some space by the side. So ideally what you can do here is, you can divide this into 5 equal sides. So you can divide this into 5 equal sides, and like this, from this very edge that you're taking. Make sure that you're taking from this, the widest part of the face is at here. You can just draw a line from here. And from here, you can just divide this into 5 parts. Like, don't divide the 5 from here. You see the face, this part is more prominent and it curves a little inwards here. So you're going to project a line from this side so that you can actually get the widest point, and you're going to divide this into 5 equal parts. Make sure, however, that the gap between the eyes, okay, the gap in between each eyes is that equivalent to that of an eye. So here the gap, my one eye is 3 centimeters. So I have to, I have to ensure that everything I'm drawing is somewhere around the line, 2.5, somewhere around that line, everything that I'm drawing. Okay. Right now, this is the position for your eyes. Done. Drawn the eyes. Drawn the position for the eyes. You can just circle. After that, you can just circle the eyes so that you know this is the position. This is going to be the position for my eyes. Circle the eyes. This is going to be the position for the eyes. See? The gap, always remember, the gap between both the eyes has to be equivalent to that of an eye. This circle, and the gap between this is equivalent to that of an eye. And here, you're going to draw a triangle that comes here. A triangle, and this triangle can come, it can come beneath this, it can come in between this, just make it a little wider.
And now it's looking like Anupam Kher only. It's looking like Anupam Kher also. Oh, we forgot Netaji. We could have done Subhash Chandra Bose.
Could have done Subhash Chandra Bose. Anupam Kher got, when he got jacked up. All bodies look the same almost. Okay, so here you have this. Then so make sure that the nose you're drawing is not restricted in between the eyes, but rather it is going wider beyond these boundaries. Now you have the lips, you have the center line of the lips, and we can just, we can just draw the basic guidelines like we had done. The upper line of the lips, the lower line of the lips, making it slightly wider, and you have this. So sorry, this is the line that we have drawn is the base of the lip. So this is the baseline. Above this, slightly above this, you're going to draw the center line of the lips, and above that, you're going to draw the top line, the top of the lips. Okay. So have these. Make sure now you have marked out these basic features. Ears can be added later, it's not a problem. You just have to mark these basic features. Done. The eyes, the nose, and the lips. In fact, for the lips as a whole, you can just draw one almond-like shape and just to ensure that that part is set. It's blocked out. Now, with this set, we can start drawing the eyes, starting with the eyebrows. So you're going to draw the eyebrows above this whole circle for the eyes. Okay, so this is the eye socket, and you're going to start with the eyebrows. You have like a sharp blade or something. Once, if you have practiced the features enough, drawing them together will actually be pretty easy. Of course, when you're doing it for the first time.
Huh?
You say something. Of course, when you're drawing them for the first time, it can seem like a daunting task, but just stay at it, draw out each of the features one by one. You can see that. Yes, rather straight eyebrows. And this is what you're going to draw first. You can just draw this part that's coming here.
How much time did the Hrithik Roshan take you?
It took me a lot of time because I was learning
What
to
is
how
lot
to.
of time? I told you give frames of reference. This is a lot of time. क्या होता है?
I don't know. I drew, I erased, I drew, I erased. Overall, it must have taken more than, in terms of time period, yes, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. In terms of hours, it has certainly been more than 100 hours, 90 hours, 100 hours.
If you were to make it the same Hrithik
I-
Roshan now, how much time would it take?
One half that time.
Half.
One half, or even probably 1/3 of that time.
Ankur Warikoo was very fast. You could make Ankur Warikoo
Exactly.
very
No,
fast.
Ankur Warikoo I made very fast. At same time as what I did. See, for making a portrait in 75 hours, I think I made a good portrait in 6 hours.
Which one?
Ankur Warikoo.
Ankur Warikoo was 6 hours.
6, 7 hours it was. So now you're going to draw the features, the eyebrows. See, you can just point this out here. I'm going to draw this one.
He's
And
drawing
then-
Jasheti next. Give him
Yes.
live when we meet.
Yes, yes, I can't wait. Going to be a masterpiece, yet another masterpiece here. So now here, you want to draw this. You're going to draw these. Okay. So here, remember what we had learned about the eyes previously, about blocking out the features, about drawing them. You got to be extra careful because what you're drawn here is the edges, the sides of these eyes. You can use a scale, you can just double check because any mistake at this part is going to be costly. It's going to be very expensive. So you want to ensure that the sides and all is just blocked out. Okay. 2.5, 7.5. I'm just making sure that all 3 sides are similar. If you go back to the previous sessions and the mistakes we've learned then, you will see that the most common mistake is regarding the size of the eyes, the lack of symmetry of it. So inside this, I'm now going to block out this region where this part is going to come. Okay, don't draw the center of the eyes, but rather focus on drawing the eyelids. When you look at the overall shape for the eyes,
Why don't you show the bigger one first and उस पे trace करके दिखा and then show it and show that. Take this. इसके side में draw करके दिखा then.
I'll show you on this. Okay, so when you're
There. No. I have
Yes. Notice the shape of the eyes we draw. If you look at the overall shape of this, like you don't have to see this overall shape, you can say it fits within a circle. Then inside this, notice this side, it's longer, and this side similarly. Both these sides are similar. If you look at the symmetrical shape of it, this and this is similar. This side and this side is similar. It's not an almond shape, but rather it's coming off as a distorted shape of an almond. And you're going to focus on drawing the upper eyelid first and then the lower eyelid. This is the way you're going to start drawing. So look back into the previous lessons we've learned, recall what we had learned about drawing the eyes. Pay attention to the features. Notice how you're going to get the eyelids. Here also, before drawing this outer thing, focus on drawing out these surrounding areas about the eyes. So don't draw directly the line of the eyes, but rather focus on drawing this outer area of the eyes, and then the eye line.
Agni, we will
Yes.
share that recordings with you. You can catch up on
That's
them.
upon. Yes.
I think you'll be able to do it very quickly since you've already done this in your fine arts, and I'll just go through it once. Some new tips will of course be there.
And then you're going to correct, you're going to refine, and you're going to correct.
Screen pe wo nahi dikh raha hai. Now.
I'll not be able to zoom in anymore. Okay, if you want to.
No,
zoom in.
this is fine. That is.
So pay very close attention to just getting the shape of the eye. See here the shape. You know, you have to look and you have to draw them. I mean, as far as the tips are concerned, we've already learned them. We learned the basics. We learned how to look at the shape, how to block them. We've learned about the things, the mistakes to avoid.
Don't you think we should first try on a practice paper and then here? Because if this goes bad, the entire shape will be wasted.
You're correct. In that case, the session will be extend beyond 7 p.m.
No, but we can this could be the final homework. I would it's personal preference. I would rather draw the eyes and
Eyes
practice them
separate,
before
nose
including here.
separate. Okay. It can be. Do you guys want it to session to be held that way? I thought that we can draw the entire drawing together here once, and if you want, we can practice the features separately on. We can draw the eye separately in one paper, nose separately in another paper, lips separately in another paper, and then you can try and put
which
them
is
together.
more convenient for you.
Which is-
Personally, I am also drawing now. I am not getting as much confidence to ink it directly. I was telling him, let me do this on a practice paper first and then I will ink it. You might be, let's do this directly. Tell us, guys. We want to hear from you. This is because you are the one who has to draw it. Niranjan knows drawing. You can draw this. What else? Ramya, you are pretty good at drawing portraits. It's your forte. What about others? Kimira, Poonam, Vidya, what do you want to do? Do you want to draw in this directly or are you drawing it separately first and then second time you will draw in here? Tell us.
Correctly.
Because they all have confidence. Wow.
Agni, see, the thing is that direct works. So Agni, the reason is that this is we had previously done 2 sessions on eyes, 1 session on nose, and today the session's intent was to bring them together. So use whatever you know, whatever knowledge you learned previously, and try them. Yes, draw direct. Try them. Because for those who attended the session, they would want to test what they've learned.
Agni, after this, we will have 1 week to catch up on the recording.
Yes.
Don't worry. Jitna ho raha hai, jitna you can do, just practice.
Do now.
And then you can catch up the recordings.
And then you can.
I have to attend today's class.
And then after that, you can catch up on the recording. So here, see, now you're going to focus on these features here. So I can darken this part here. I can, I can draw this upper eyelid. I can make it more prominent. You can see that he has a thick eyebrow. So along with this, you can also shade the eyebrows. You can shade the eyebrows. Right? For those of you who are not very confident, along with me, you can try the features on a separate paper and you can see that. It's very important that you pay attention to these individually and you get them here. So here is this, here is that. You have drawn this and so just in the same way we had learned about breaking down the nose. We had we learned today about drawing the lips, breaking it down. We had learned each one of these features. So now it's time. So you can just draw the surrounding context. Always remember, when you're drawing, you want to draw the surrounding context as well. So I'm not directly drawing the black of the eye. I want this to come right. Then here also I'm now working on this surrounding area. I'm working on this. Okay. Working on this. Before getting into the nose, I want to try out the other eyes as well. So again, carefully, these are the 2 edges. These are the 2 edges. This is my eyebrow. These are the 2 edges. This is my eyebrow. When you're drawing, you want to make sure that you're making them sharp. Each of these you're drawing them. Each of these features you're drawing them sharp. You're not curving them too much. Pay attention to the individual weight, the gap between the eyes, the symmetry. And now let's draw the outermost area of the eyes first. So we're going to draw the outermost area first. We're going to draw this. Okay. And then you can draw the second one, the second line here, which is the lower line of the upper eyelid. You're going to draw it. And you have the outline for the visible part of the eye. So draw each of these lines individually. One line slanting here that's coming, another line that's slanting there and that's going, another line that's coming here that's coming. You're going to do this. You're also going to hook this here. In order to ensure that you're getting the symmetry right, you can in fact draw a line connecting these two parts. So you have this one line that's connecting both of these two parts here. Here on the upper side and on the lower side as well, you can draw line here. Okay.
If I make this very well, I will share it on Instagram and tag Rock also. Rock is very receptive of fan art and all that. He constantly
Really?
shares. Yeah. You don't follow Dwayne Johnson.
I follow Dwayne Johnson,
He
but not.
shares a lot of fan portraits.
I haven't seen. Okay. So let's point this out. Let's mark this out. And then here. I recently read this incident about Dwayne Johnson where in one day, like before heading out for Black Adam's shooting, he was getting late. So he had this electric gate, that gate with sensors that opened. So it had malfunctioned and he was not able to get out of it. So after a while, he was getting impatient. He had to leave and he didn't want to get late. So with his bare hands,
He broke it.
Yeah, with his bare hands, he bent the iron grills of this and then he went outside. So this guy is actually pretty strong. So you want to make sure that whatever lines you're drawing, it is actually connecting, it is touching at the center. Sometimes it can so happen that one line is at the top, one line is at the bottom. So you want to ensure these things don't happen. And you are correcting it. Okay. Let's draw the lower part of this, the lower eyelid. We can connect that. So with this, I have the eyes. Roughly, you can see a shape of the eyes, an outline, almost an identical look-alike of Dwayne Johnson that's already coming on paper. Notice the sharp expression of the eyes. Notice the pointed look. These are things you want to look. The features are all sharp, so you want to get them that way. And you're now going to move into the nose. So I'll give you some time to just capture. I'll just give you some time to draw these different features. Now we are going to move into the nose here. Okay. So for the nose, we had learned that the overall shape is triangular. The overall shape is triangular. And the nose has three parts: the bridge, the ball, which comes at the center, and the wings. Again, we have had a detailed tutorial on how to draw nose. It was 1.5 hour long session, including the feedback. And Agniv, we'll be sharing the recording, and you have an entire week you can catch this up on. So see here, now drawing this one, part is coming out. Notice how his nose is pretty wide. It's a wide nose. So his nose is in fact a very distinguishing feature of the portrait. One of the very prominent, and you can make it nice and wide. Okay, you can make it nice and wide. Note how this part is symmetrical to the left and to the right. To the right and to the left, it's symmetrical, and it isn't and draw the surrounding areas, adding the context to the features. I always place a lot of importance on the context of the features more than the features themselves, because they really add meaning to it. So here you can draw this part. Make sure you get this long curve, the very very blocky towards the side. This part here, very blocky on the side. You're drawing this one here. The shape that's coming. Okay. You're drawing these. Let's draw this cheeks. Again, this area surrounding the cheeks. Before drawing this part, you give it up. Cheeks. And again, once you've drawn this much, you can just revisit the parts previously, and you can just refine this here. This part, if it's coming out right here, you can just add this part. It's just ensure that each of these shapes are defined, and you're drawing them. As far as the width of the lips are concerned, you can note how if you drew a line, extended a line from the center of the eyes, your lips, that is going to be the width of the lips. Draw a line from the center, drop a line from the center of the eye, drop a line from the center of the eye, and this is going to be the width of the lips. See, draw a line from the center, and this is going to be the width of the lips. A straight line from the center of the eyes, and this is the width of the lips. Okay. So take note of the baseline of the lips that we had drawn previously. Do not forget that. And now let's draw out the features of the lips. Starting with recall the steps. You're drawing the center line. Since this is actually a very small shape, I don't have time to draw the axis. I don't have the space to draw the axis, but I will draw this. I can draw this pieces here, this part. This part, I can draw these pieces here. I can draw this part of the lips, the center part, all that we had learned. We're now going to put them here. Draw them, look into them as these individual shapes, and you're going to put them together. So around the center axis, you're going to draw this. And make the lips more prominent. Make sure that you're getting this. This is more or less flat, right? It isn't very Pujari. The lower line, the lower defining shape of the lips. Make sure the lips are nice and thick, very prominent and strong. Like really have the outline of Dwayne Johnson here. The mustache, you can just draw a quick outline for how the mustache is going to come. A quick outline for the mustache here.
जब तक iris ना डालो पता ही नहीं चलता. The whole game
The
is
whole
the
game
black
is
thing with
black
the
thing,
black
yes,
in the
yes.
eyes.
Can add these features here. Just defining these, adjusting this one. No, whether it's maybe if it's too thick, you can make it slightly thinner. Maybe if it's too thin, you can make it slightly thicker. Whatever adjustments you want to bring, you can bring that here. Okay.
I feel like Dr. Frankenstein creating my personal
Avatar.
So I'll tell you something interesting. A lot of people think Frankenstein is the name of the monster, but actually Frankenstein is
What
the
is
name of the
Frankenstein?
doctor. You don't know Frankenstein. It's a
No.
very famous story of this man who created a human out of dead humans. He
No.
thought he was finding out a way to save humanity, to restore people, but actually he created a monster
Okay.
who would
Is this
attack people
a
and do it.
serious movie or is it
It's a very famous book. It's a classic book, Frankenstein's Monster. If you talk about monsters, you talk about vampires, you talk about them. Frankenstein's Monsters is one of the
basically
most
he created a
famous.
zombie. Zombie.
I hope that by this time you people know you don't have to look at Niranjan's drawing and draw.
Yes, you can look at the reference picture. You can look at your own drawing. You don't have to wait for what part I'm doing it. See, you can just add these small features here that defines the skull, the shape. Let's add the ears here. So, depending on this thing for the eyebrows, I'm going to start with the ears. See, at this stage, the ears shape is very simple, just like you drew. Another thing, you can just look into it and you can just, add, there is one curve that's coming here. There is another curve that is at the base. That's just two curves. One, one hook at the base, one hook, the reverse of the hook on the top. That's it. See on this side as well, there is one hook that's coming here. And then this has to extend till the line of the nose. It can actually go a little above because this is actually coming in a curvature. This can go slightly above as well. You're going to add another hook here. This is how we're going to draw the ears as well. It's not very prominent. Dwayne Johnson has very, what do you say, very low-key lips. I mean, low-key ears.
Because he doesn't listen to the opinion of anyone else.
Oh, I love that.
Does not have time to listen to others.
Others.
I think I've got a good resemblance. I'm very happy with mine.
You actually got it. You
I've
have
got a
got it.
good
You have got it. You
resemblance.
have got it. Good job. Now we are going to draw the black. So pay
Very
attention.
scared. I'm scared to draw the black.
Okay, pay attention. If you're positioning it too much towards the left or the right side, it'll get cross-eyed. The ideal is to place it at the center, but it's not going to be. The entire circle should not be at the center. The entire eyes, if you the shape of the eyes, you see here, this entire black, the top portion of it, as we had learned, the top portion of it is covered by the upper eye, is covered by the upper eyelid. The bottom portion is a full circle. A lot of you, when drawing eyes, you tend to draw this and draw this at the center. No, this is not how it is. Whatever outline you draw, top portion, a good portion of the top is covered by the eyelid. Almost in this case, I can say 1/3 of it, more than 1/3 of it is covered by the eyelid, and the other part is only visible.
It should not touch the below line.
Yes, and the below as well, it should not, it's all nearly touching, but yet not. So don't be
How
afraid.
to measure the size of this? Kitna size karna hai?
Size of what?
The center black diameter. of
It's
the center
I'll
black.
tell you. So when you take the proportion as a whole, the diameter of the center black should be 55. The space between the black and the white should be at the ratio 55% to 45%. So if you're taking the diameter, you can't take directly, but you can surely divide the line from the center, and then see, you can draw 1/2 of a circle. See, like this. You can draw 1/2 of a circle where you're drawing including the top that is coming on the upper eyelid, and you can see that. Ensure that this is taking more than 50%, 55% or somewhere around that line.
It's a constant figure for whoever we want. 55 like
Almost there. Like, see, these are all just guidelines. So next, when you're looking at someone and you're drawing, you might find small differences. So, but these are all good measurements to start from. Like a base guideline, you can say.
this changes everything. The person is coming alive. Wait. I want to make a story.
What do you think of my sketch though? I think my face got a little compressed.
Yeah.
Right? My face got a little compressed, but apart
I
from
think
that,
you can fix the chin a little.
Chin.
Maybe when you make the beard, it could pop up a
it could
little.
pop up a little. Actually, yeah, my face got a initial part. My face got compressed a little. I think I just need to refine this.
See,
here.
when you start making the eyes, that's when it keeps the.
That's when the
You can judge what has gone right, what has gone wrong. How close to the original thing is your figure coming up, guys? Tell me. Given that I haven't done any practice, but I'm still doing, I'm very happy with mine.
you're doing good. See, now I have extended the chin, extended this chin a little, and I'm much more happier with the result. Black Adam. Pretty close, I can say.
Make the second line.
Black Adam music playing in the background.
Can you smell what the rock is cooking?
Every time you imitate a male, you tend to give off a
Oh,
constipated
now
sound.
it's coming out very clearly. Wow.
Now this is correct. I can see, I can darken this side, I can darken this side, so I can capture the remaining of the similarities and darken this area here. Just these
I
eyes.
think the shape of the jaw hasn't come out correctly for
Correctly,
you.
correct. The jaw,
This part is ekdam rock. Niche wala part is thoda sa.
the nose also, I like the way the nose has come. It's a jaw. See guys, just a small mistake, small correction, and
I think it's easier for others to point out
Point
what
out.
is wrong in the drawing other than yourself, right?
very easy for others to point out.
I know something is wrong in my drawing. I can't tell what it is.
Let's give a feedback. So I would love to give a feedback on your work. And just give this one. You can make sure that when you're drawing, your eyes are symmetric from both the sides, right? There's in the top, the bottom, it's all.
I just realized something, Niranjan. You have only drawn one female portrait so far. Yoko, Anna. Apart from that, you've only drawn male people.
Correct, correct.
Next portrait, you should draw some female only.
I am going to draw Jay and Radhi. So then, more chances, then both of them will share. Both of them will share. And Jay will be more likely to share also.
Mine looks like Amitabh Bachchan.
And when we go to a party at their home, when we go to one of their house parties, imagine them at the living room, they have our drawing. How cool would that be?
Mine looks like Amitabh Bachchan. I'm genuinely telling you.
Can bring small changes on the eye, and I'm going to shade this. Amitabh Bachchan and Dwayne Johnson are far apart. Yeah, size of your eyes is too much. It's too big. The size of your eyes is too big.
I'm making Amitabh Bachchan. I wasn't making rock.
Angry young man. Darkening this area here, this region. I can shade this part. Shade this part. You can erase off the unnecessary guidelines. There are a lot of guidelines that we have drawn, and instead replace them with strokes. Here you can add a little bit of strokes on the nose. Like we are done drawing the portrait. Now we're just adding the remaining of the features there. Let's add a little bit of hatches here. Adding the hatches gives that, that tough, that rugged look that is so typical of Dwayne Johnson. So there are this along the forehead, there are these lines, you can draw them. See? Can add these touches you can add on this part to show the shades, make the head more chiseled this way. erase off the unnecessary pencil marks. As you draw, you can erase off the unnecessary pencil marks. Since you're not inking, you have to be very careful with erasing. Otherwise, you could ink over this and you could erase, of course. But if we started inking, it would take us much longer time. Yes, I'm just shading it here with pencil, shading it here. As far as the outer areas are concerned, you can, you can just give a shaded area to give it a backdrop. Just quickly shade out a backdrop here, darken this area, darken this area. Just give a little bit of strokes here, here. This
I'm
side.
not able to visualize what you're saying. This cross hatching and all, I'm not able to.
Right. That's comes with the, when you make the hats drawings become. But for now, I'll tell you the easiest way to look at it is look at the, see, if you look at his face, you can see that there are different parts here. You can see one chisel here. You can see that this part is also chiseled. You can see this part. You can see these lines that are there. So start with the lines and do diagonal hatches along the sides. See, do diagonal hatches along the sides. Here also, here also. Can, for the showing the, can just put, see, drawing the beard is very easy. You can just, just make this effect like you're drawing grass here. See, touch and just place this here, and you can give this, just pull, just put dots and pull like this. You can shade at the bottom of the lips. In order to make this area come out more, you can actually, you can, using a pencil, you can just put dots and just pull them out. Be a little more, add more and more depth here at the bottom so that the beard gets more thick and prominent. Okay. Can do the same for the mustache as well. Here's rather short mustache. You can just do stippling here. And you can give that stub. I'm happy the way my portrait is.
I'm also.
And add the stubs here. And for a work that is done in 1 hour, good. Then in order to give a much more, you can erase off the unnecessary, the guidelines that you initially do. You can add shade and texture on the lips here. The upper lip can be shaded. The lower lip, you can just draw those wrinkles as we had previously spoke. spoken about. You can draw those. Can't wait to see how your work has come out. Can't wait to see all of your works. Start these wrinkles here. See, there is a cut here, you can draw that. There's a cut, you can draw this, you can draw this lines along this part here. Then for the neck, just place diagonal strokes on the neck. See? Just place diagonal strokes on the neck here. See that? So you're also shading the neck. And you can darken this region. Like really add contrast and depth. You can darken this region. Add contrast and depth. So just diagonal strokes along the side, and that should get the work done. Hit the t-shirt as well. There you go. The Rock Johnson is here. Adding a lot of shading along these regions, around this region, around the eyes, and this can really help give the portrait a very distinct look. So yes.
Oh wow. It's come out very well for you.
I feel, you know. What do you think? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you rate this?
I think the forehead,
I
इसका
would give it an
खोपड़ी का
8.5.
size थोड़ा ठीक करना है.
That's it.
The khopri size is a little there. Otherwise, the eyes is ekdam perfect. And I think just the shape of the head, if you change a little bit,
It should work better. The shape of the head. As far as individual features are concerned, I like the way, the nose, the eyes, each of them has come out. There, if I keep drawing, I'll keep drawing on it. So please, guys.
See their drawing.
Yes. Share your work. I cannot wait to see how your drawing has come. Oh, you've done very well. I'm happy with yours. See, you can shade in your own way. Look at this.
It looks much more angrier than the real Dwayne Johnson, but it's okay.
Good.
Does he look like this? I could not see the picture also very clearly. I think I got that.
You got it. You got it. You actually got it. Guys, share your work. I want to see.
Come on.
Come on. Let's see. The work. Ooh, our first work. We have our first work here. Ramya. We have Sujata. Saraswati, Vidya. See, look at this. Look at all of their work. It's very beautiful. Look at this, Ramya. Of course, there's Ramya.
Ramya portrait is very beautiful, but
Saraswati has also drawn very well. See, it's okay if you say it doesn't look like rock, but you notice individually you have got it. The eyes, you have got the nose, lips. You have actually drawn a portrait, guys. Vidya, have you ever drawn a portrait before?
It looks a lot like rock. The nose is a little bulby. If you change the nose, it is the closest. Your drawing is the closest.
Ramya, of course, that's a whole another level. Ramya, the jawline isn't very prominent in here. That's it. I
Looks
think you
like
got
a
the
very
forehead.
handsome man.
Very
It's a
handsome
man.
The jawline isn't very prominent. We'll give a detailed review. Sujata, great work, Sujata. Why have you drawn it so small? That's my only question. It's a capsule size drawing you've drawn.
By the way, Sujata was the topper in the last perspective class. Will she be the topper this class also?
Poonam's drawn very well to see. First of all, congratulations. Congratulations, all of you.
Yay!
All of you have successfully drawn. A lot of you have drawn your first portrait.
It is my
Right.
first portrait. You've seen the kind of portraits I draw.
You stuck
With 2
photographs.
eyes and do cartoon. This is my first realistic portrait.
Yay, right? You did it. You did it. See, it doesn't matter whether, it does not exactly look like a replica of the person or not. The point is you did it. Shweta, amazing work, Shweta. Indeed.
I think वो hatching वाला part तो थोड़ा सा भी सिखा देगा तो it will be better. And mine looks like Batista, but it's. I am very, very happy. At least it looks like a human, no
Looks like
matter
a
what.
human, right?
Rock, stone, paper, at least
Paper.
it's a human being for me.
Looks like a human. Yes.
Why don't you all look at your pictures and tell what could be done better? Because the point of this exercise is not to make the perfect rock. It is to understand. So tell me, all of you, which areas could you work on? What is the
What is
where
this
is
portrait?
I was showing my lips. So proud of myself.
You should be.
Saraswati says the face shape has to belong. Come on, diagnose your own faces, guys. Tell what could be done correct. Niranjan, what about you? What do you think you could have done correct?
I could have done correct is the overall shape of the face, and I feel there's a slight lack of symmetry in my in the my eyes, like the left eye is slightly bigger, and that's one thing. Face shape is where I got it. This top needs to be much more prominent. This actually needs to come.
I think the head ka
the
contouring,
head.
if you do better, it's there. This is looking little circle, thoda अंडे जैसा shape है उसका.
Top I need to get exactly. Top I need to get the base. This part also I need to get it much more prominent. Like these two areas is what is lacking.
I think a large part of this must be the shading also, like bringing out the shade and all.
Yes,
to change
yes.
the shape of the face.
That can actually do. When you're given more time to the drawing, that's what time can do for you. That's the advantage.
Let them unmute themselves. They're typing in the group.
You can unmute actually. You can unmute. I'll just collecting the drawings. I can give feedback. All of you can unmute. All of you can unmute it.
Hi Niranjan, hi Sanchari. Is it visible?
Hello. Is this?
Is
Agni. Yes, Agni. Yes, how's your
visible.
class?
Yeah, it looks like malnutrition.
It looks like who?
Says it looks malnutrition.
Is it visible?
Just give me a minute. Tell me, Agni, I'm listening.
Yeah, is it visible, Niranjan?
You're drawing. Wait. I was just taking the printouts. Show me.
Yeah, is it visible right
Okay. It looks good, man. It looks very good.
Show.
It looks good. Look at this.
It's very close. Given that you did not attend the eye
I know,
class,
right?
lips class, and you're drawing after
You're
how
drawing-
long?
It's actually very good. The difference is that I point out is the face shape. Mostly it's a face shape. It has a very distinct shape of the face. Hey, you have got it very well now. Got a very distinct shape, and looking that part that I think that you should get it correct. The eyes, apart from that, the eyes, the nose, you actually got a lot of it correct. Maybe the gap between the eyes, I think there's a little less space between the eyes in your case. Just check, I think your gap between the eyes is lesser than it should be. But apart from
Yeah.
that, it's working out great, right? Let's have a detailed feedback at all the drawings now. So we have officially done, we have officially done. with
Please
the
hydrate now, all of you.
officially done
Yeah.
with this. Now let's have a round of feedback at all of your votes. Okay, so those of you who want to stay back for the feedback, are welcome. Here. Okay, so I'll start with from side to side is when you can,
It come out very pretty.
So here. Okay, so let's start with this here. See, the most important thing here, and that's the part where a lot of you are struggling, is with the shape of the face. So notice the shape of the face, how it's coming. Needs to be long, it's coming here. It's wide and it's wide, and this part, it goes away. It actually comes like this, like an egg, it comes here. Some part of this is cropped in the picture, but still, when you see from the bottom as well, notice this does not end like this does not come here. It comes down like this, it comes down like this and goes down. See, needs to go way more down. See, already when I have brought this change, it's looking better. Already with this change, it's looking better. And rest all the features can be adjusted. The nose has been done well. This part of the nose needs to be much more bigger and blockier. The nose in this drawing cases, the nose in this case is too small. Notice how it needs to be much more blockier and wider. See, this part especially needs to be blockier. That is one thing. Then these lips. Okay, so these lips, the lips are great actually. The lips you have drawn well. They're in fact looking great. So drawing the lips here, you're showing the lower part of the lips, the beard, the mustache, this part is done. It's mostly the shape of the face and the width of the nose. Now let's look at the eyes here. The eyes, you have drawn them to be very sharp, but rather you can actually, this much length is not needed for the eyes. Just reduce the width of the eyes. Let's measure the length of each of these eyes here, okay? So this eye here is what 3 point you have made it according to the size of my printout, 2.8 centimeters. See the gap, it's less than 2 centimeters. You see this? This is one of the most common mistakes for a lot of your drawings. It's very good. You should show Sansari, show your work. I think Sansari is now looking.
It looks like a rock's doppelganger, but I'm very happy. I'm drawing
Very
after
good.
years.
Very good. It's
It
really
looks
good.
like
Wow.
Goldberg.
Right?
He looks like, sorry?
Goldberg. Another WWE superstar. Goldberg.
Goldberg.
Okay. So look at this here. Look at the gap here. One of the most important things I mentioned is the length of the eyes. Here the eyes length is 2.6 centimeters in this side. On the other side, it is more than, it is 2.8, 2.6. But the gap you see here, it's very less. So the problem here is you will have to reduce the length of the eyes, or you'll have to adjust the gap between the eyes here. You see that? So when you draw this part over this one, it comes here, comes here. See, you can adjust the overall shape of the eyes like this. You can adjust the overall shape of the eyes and it will look better. Same for the other eye as well. You can adjust the overall shape, the eyebrows, this part you can draw. The rest of it is actually has come out very well. Just these parts. All right. So that's for the first drawing. As for the second drawing, let's look here. Let's look a little more closely. So a large part of this has come out very well. A large part of this has come out very well. I like the approach on the nose, a large blocky nose. You've got this nose, you've got it. It's actually very wide, right? Dwayne Johnson's nose. So you have got this. The shape of the eyes is also mostly on point. See, it's coming down here. The intent is very good. The intent of this drawing is very good. It's what do you say, I can see heart in this. There is a lot of effort that's gone, a lot of care. The artist is particularly, I do not know who's drawing this. So the artist has particularly taken great efforts into making sure that the shape of this has come out well. The eyebrows could have been slightly much more thicker, but apart from that, this is actually very, very good. The likeness is very similar. You don't need this line. See, this line that you've drawn is not needed. Who drew this? It's by Vidya, right? So this, what do you say? This part not needed. The lips also has come out. This part of the lips has also been there. This will come out. Okay. This part you're drawing here. So then the mustache, the beard, all of this is actually there. This line is what is not needed. The ears, so you can just draw the ears. You can just make the ears much more flabby, much more curved, and adjust the shape, the size, the volume of the ears, and you can do that. Okay. The shape of the face is also very good. See, notice the chisel shape of the face. You got it very well. Chisel shape of the face. Just the upper part of the face is the missing element. So this could have been slightly bigger according to me. This upper part of the face could have been slightly bigger.
Apart from that, some mathematical thingy, this much of forehead measuring only.
Yes. The thing is, the eyes should be at the exact half between the temple of the head and the chin. See, the temple of the head and the chin, the eyes should be at the exact half. So that is the rule. That is a rule here. So you can correct that. The hatching is there. It's all very good. I mean, I think this drawing is exceptionally good. A lot of effort has gone into this.
This is the closest looking to rock in all the pictures that I'm seeing.
Yes, closest apart from Ramya. Let's be honest. I mean, Ramya did it very well.
I am not comparing Ramya to this because her speciality is portrait, but Ramya, if you look at your drawing, it is beautiful, but it does not look like rock. It has some changes to make. So there is some learning for you as well.
Okay. So
yes, absolutely.
So far now we have seen two different variations of the rock. Now let's look at a third variant here. It's like Black Adam from different multiverse, no?
It is like different rocks have been cloned and each one is from a different lab. We are seeing which scientist has got the
scientist, each of the rocks that
some has a little polio, some has a little face structure problem, but all of them are different versions of rocks.
So overall here, this is actually, like very strong drawing. I love the effort that has gone into it for shading, especially this part, the eyes, the shading is very strong in this. Very good work here. I love the eyebrows structure. This part here, especially the eyebrows, it's coming here. Maybe you can just get this more hooked so that the serious expression is there. This eye part, this one is here. So this eyes could have been slightly smaller. I think, it's much longer than it is needed and it's much more flatter. The eyes could be slightly wider, just small differences. I mean, I'm not pointing out anything drastic. Who did this? Shweta, yes. So see, the shading, I love the shading in this. Just even the eyes also, it's actually very good. I'm hardly able to point out mistakes as such. Just small differences. In fact, when I'm drawing over it, I'm mostly drawing over your lines only. So here, this part could have come slightly lower. This is the eye, especially the eyes on this is very powerful. The eye drawing, you've actually nailed it. The nose here could have been slightly wider. It's too narrow. The shading, especially if you're doing the shading, can make the shading more wider. So it looks like the nose is much more wider here. And this is here. Again, the face shape. I think you have got the face shape that is the most closest. You got the face shape that is the closest to it. Just this could be slightly wider. That's it. But apart from that, this is the
Yeah, nose का पता है
ears.
क्या problem है? Most of it is light. It's not solid lines. It's very difficult to make
Difficult.
the nose properly.
nose properly. It's yes.
Nose can come through highlighting, I think, only, right? Contouring
So-
and that can only come out.
When you're drawing the nose, basically there are these parts, basic parts you can learn, such as this ball here. There is a bridge. There are these wings. But when you're shading and putting them all together, it's important that you don't get a blocky appearance. You no longer get a blocky appearance. So then it's about playing with light and shade, like you said. If the nose hole could have been slightly much more bigger, and you can get this, the lips here. I feel, you know, the lips is the weak part here in this. The until here, it's actually very good. See here, until here, it's almost to the point. But when you see here, it has become two different people. So the lips is the problem area here. See, one of the things about the width of the lips is that when you drop a line from the center of the eye, the lips, the edge of the lips has to be as wide as here. When you drop a line from the center of the eye, the edge of the lip has to be as wide as this. See here, if I dropped a line from this one, notice how the edge of the lips is connecting from here. So this is the key here. So how can we correct that? See, let's actually make the lips much more wider here. See this part, this lips here, these lips, you can draw this and draw this, and you can make sure that it's wide, it's much more wider here. See, just with that one correction, the portrait's changed. The chin, the jawline, the upper part of the face has come, the lower part again. You know, the jawline can be much more stronger here. You can make it more prominent. You can define the shape. You see, the shape isn't very defined here in your case. Needs to come down. The chin needs to come all the way till here. The jawline needs to come here. And see that this is the shape of the jawline here. The shape of the jawline. And see this, the neck needs to be wider here. We had done that. I told you this. See this? The neck needs to be wider. The neck needs to be wider, and you're drawing the other parts of this accordingly. That's it. Okay, that is with your case. This yours, right?
You can correct on this one.
On this, I'm not going to ink on this.
You can put a tracing paper on it and correct, no? I am very happy.
Yeah, very good. Your drawing is very
See, my
I think-
standard of portrait used to be this. This is my standard of portrait. This is Niranjan, in case you don't
good.
understand
And
this.
this is even after you have not sat through all the classes, right?
Just listening to you, just those guidelines I did, and I was able to do it. I am very happy.
And I am very happy. But I'm very happy overall with the results you guys have been doing. I think it's remarkable. For people who have never drawn portrait before, I think your work, all of your work is exceptional. So here, let's understand a few things here. Okay. So you have the center part of the face, you're drawing this. The main thing here has got to be the shape of these individual features. So here the eyes, the shape of the eyes here, when you notice the shape of the eyes here itself, it needs to be, it's in your drawing, it's too wide, it's too big. Okay. So here, notice that there is it's slightly flat here. It's coming. It's, you know, the shape is much more refined. The way that you have drawn the eyes, you have drawn it like this, like a mural eye, right? You have drawn it like a mural eye. But if you actually look at the shape of the eyes, it goes like this. It's, you know, it's little flat here, little curve here. Then it comes here. See, it's not like a mural, and then there's a slight curve. And like how this goes, this part also goes. And then there is this curve that's coming. There is this curve that's coming. And then you draw the upper eyelid, the lower eyelid. See this? It's not perfect curves. There's a lot of flat areas that's there. So that is the most important part I think you have missed.
I didn't attend the eye class, na.
You did not attend the eye class, right? So, and then you can draw this part, and then there you go. You have your eyes already. See?
What about the shape of the head?
Yes, we're getting okay. So this is your main thing is regarding the eyes. Even this part, if you see, it's curved down like this. Your eyes, you have drawn it in a way that it's curved down like this. But that should not be the case. See, it's slightly when you look at his eyes here. It's not that curved. The curvature isn't that strong. Small differences in angle. Small differences in angle here. Let's look at the nose here. The nose in this lacks symmetry. The left and the right sides are not the same. So you add a curve here. This part is coming, and this part also. See in your drawing, it seems as it's tilted towards one side. It's curved towards one side. You see that? Right.
I can see.
You can see that. So the overall drawing is there. Actually, the overall drawing is there. Even this nose, it needs to be much more bulkier here. See this part. This wing part of the nose needs to be much more bulkier. Just the thing that you are not sat for the individual features class fully.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Right here, the lips here, you've drawn the lips like how you draw for Boo comics. The lips has to be wider. The lips, if you see, it's coming almost at the half of the eye. So
I lost patience by that time.
the lips can be wider. As far as the shape of the face is concerned, you have actually got the shape of the face very well. Like them like an egg it is, right? It's not symmetric though, but that's not much of a worry because the shape is still good. The jawline is there, the chin, this part is there, the neck, all this, the ears. One ear is slightly bigger than the other ear here in your drawing. So as far as the guideline is concerned, it goes from the eyebrows to the nose. And the width has to be the same everywhere. This ears in yours is
Such
more
little
spread out.
changes are going to make so much difference.
So much difference, right? So you're going to make the ears much more less. See?
I
That's
actually
position
did the
of
skull after the eyes. Then I realized the eyes, you said na eyes are very big. So I raised and did it
you
again.
did it again. But you corrected from that. See the small differences and that actually goes it. Right? So that's with your drawing. All right. We have more here. So we have Ramya's, we have this. Let's have a look at this as well. Okay, let's talk about Ramya's drawing here. It's a very good drawing. Very good drawing. Again, for Ramya, the lower part is the biggest challenge here. The upper part you got, the eyes you got. The eyes, I think, is perfect. It's really good. The nose, the features of the nose, maybe the nose. You know, this.
So I
front
made
can
a
be-
small correction. If you can see, I extended the jawline.
just the lower part. The lower part could have
Yeah.
been more prominent.
Yeah.
That's one more session after. It's a long day. Weekends are long days for us. Oh, yes, you correct. This is the corrected drawing, right?
Yeah. I actually even corrected the eye later. I saw right now that the one eye is a little lower than the other. So I rubbed it and I made that correction.
Actually, now it's very good. The neck needs to be wider.
It looks like a younger Rob,
Younger.
very handsome.
Yeah, I think so. I made him younger.
The neck needs to be wider. Face
Yeah,
is
yeah.
be more symmetric. You see, you're drawing the left side is
Huh.
more curved.
More
than the
rounded.
right
Yeah.
side, right.
Yeah.
There needs to be more symmetry along there.
Yeah.
And that's just it. I mean, I think yours is the closest that we have here. Very good work.
Thanks.
What else? So we have the last drawing I'm going to be giving feedback for today. So here the overall problem is the practice on the individual features. So when you see here, the eyes are longer, like we had looked, the eyes needs to be longer. It isn't so spread out. It isn't so round. The eyes needs to be much more longer here. So that there itself, you can bring the correction. The eyes needs to be much more longer on this side. Then the eyebrows here. The gap between the eyes is fine. The nose is there. This nose needs to be much more flat towards the side. You have made everything much more curved than it needs to be. The nose needs to be a little flat on the side. It comes here, and you have this. The lips, you go here, you go, the lips also, you draw this. And yeah, I mean, that's the most basic part. There's a lot of free space on the sides here as well. So if you're drawing the eyes here, see, like we had learned, if this is the gap of the eyes on the side, you don't have to leave more gap than that. This is the side of the eye. Here, you don't need to leave more gap than that. The total width of the face can be almost equivalent to 5 eyes wide. Anything more than that will look as though it's too wide. So the face here, in my opinion, is too wide. You can see just when I adjusted the size of the face, notice how much the drawings immediately improved.
Yeah.
Right. Just by adjusting the size of the face and the ears you draw. And that's it. That's it.
I am going to try this again. How many of
How
you are
many
going
of
to
you-
try this again? I will try my rock again.
So you have 1 week time, guys. We've covered most of the features. Okay, most of the features we have covered. Now we have additional session how to draw hair, mustache, beard, and we'll try another portrait, a second portrait with the full, with full features, full set of features, including mustache. So it's going to be a second complete portrait for this session.
I think by anything and now you have confidence to try any
Confidence.
portrait. I can't wait to try Harry Potter, Dumbledore and all that.
Oh,
I
yes,
do it now.
yes. Like that.
Very confident. Ramya, your painting is very haunting. It's such a beautiful person you made. I keep on looking at him. It's looking very pretty.
Abhinav,
Thank you.
we look at your drawing in depth in the next, after I want you to watch the sessions. Watch the recorded sessions of the previous class and try as per that.
Okay.
Because feedbacks I'm going to be giving is going to be based on those things. Right? Super work, guys. Amazing.
See you at 6 o'clock tomorrow. You have a session with me tomorrow at 6 a.m. So see you then.
Loving the energy. Take care.
Bye-bye. Thank you.